Hi, Crafty Angels. Vanessa here from AngelRose Designs here on YouTube. And today we're going to decorate our journal that was inspired by Miss Treasure Books. And this was pretty easy to make. I have the video before this one that shows how I made it. And this one we're going to decorate. So what you're going to need to decorate is your scissors. You can use double-sided tape. You can use laces. Trim appliques. You can basically use anything you want to decorate with. So I have my laces and trims. I also have all of my ephemera. Here we go. This is our ephemera. Now, y'all, the box I have it in was a box I used to keep my diamond drills in for diamond painting. But I got a new way to store my diamond drills for now. So I decided to use these for my projects. Okay, that's this. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull our glue out. I'm also going to clear the nozzle here. Make sure the glue comes out. Okay, now we're going to start decorating. Now, what I want on the cover, I don't know if I want flowers. I'll let it go like this, and a small one there. Or do I want to add a little chick along with the flowers? Let's see what else we have on her in here that we can use on the cover. On the cover, we can put a basket there. We can put a bird's nest. Bird's nest. Let me see what else I have in here. Now, the kits that I'm using for this is from Paper Romia. I forgot to say that in my other video. All my printables are Paper Romia. This is their Fairies kit, and this is the Lucy kit. So I decided I'm going to go with the two flores and the little bird's nest right in the middle. So this one's going to go here. This one's going to go here. And that's going to go right in the center. But I need to get out my ink so I can ink it. Okay? And I'm using Ranger's Distress Ink Oxide and Vintage Photo and my little tool here. So I have to keep this in my little holder there. So let's see here. We're going to get some trim and trim out the cover here. Now this is how I store my laces. And I want this one. And my rubber band has popped off, y'all. So, and don't forget, you're going to need your little trash bin here. Okay, so we're going to put that there. And let's see how I want to do this one. My journal has already been pre-inked. Oh, I like it. Look how pretty. Let me zoom in so y'all can see the prettiness of this trim here. See how pretty? And you can still see the printable through it. So I'm going to go around here, around the back, up the back side here, and come back up here. Okay? Around this side on the back. So let's get started. You can also use Fabri-Tac for this, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing that today. I'm just going to lightly press in my lace here. Go around, put that up there. Now I'm leaving it on my little bolt here so I don't cut too much of it off. I want it just enough to, let me get a cutting mat to put at the bottom here. And we're going to keep going. You can use Fabri-Tac on this. You can use double-sided tape. I wouldn't advise double-sided tape because the stickiness will still be on this part here. So I wouldn't advise double-sided tape, y'all. Now here, what I'm going to do is take it, fold it over, and keep going. Little groove there. Press it in. Come back and glue down this part here. Okay? Now you're going to have to glue this one really well because you want it to stick down. And then we're going to pull out a few little quilt clips. These are quilt clips, y'all. We'll get 3 of them for the corners. And what we're going to do is take this, lift it, and put our clip on it. That way it'll stick. And then we're going to take this. Let me move all of this out of the way for now. Leave the glue here. And we're going to keep going. Okay? Just lightly pressing your lace or your trim into the glue. And then again, when you get to that corner, you do that. Fold it over just a tiny bit and keep going that way. So you're going to add glue here and along there. Take your finger, put it this folded coming this way. It's like a little pleat. You want to put like a small pleat in your corner. Okay? And again, we'll take another clip here and put it there. Okay? And we're going to keep going. And I'm just putting a thin line of glue, y'all, across. Okay? Flip it on over. And keep it going. Again, when you come to the corner, a little extra glue here. Pleat it. And then clip it. Okay. You're going to lift up the page here. Now, I made mine all with paper. I have one piece of cardstock in the whole journal. Because I'm trying to show y'all. Whoops, where's that extra one? I'm trying to do this because I know a lot of people are doing crafting on a tight budget. So I'm trying to create something where you don't have to go all out and, you know, oh, not the right scissors, y'all. Let's get the right scissors for the Z-lace. We're going to trim it right there. Okay. So we have the scissors on. And let me put this away and put the scissors in the tray there. And now I'm going to get to doing the cover. Now, what I want to do on my cover, I don't want to cover this here, but I do want to add a little something. Okay, so we got our big lace here. Okay, now I'm gonna just trim. Well, maybe not. Enough to go like so, but it's still covering the whole thing. And that's what I don't want to do, but I can do it this way too. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to cut a small piece off. Alright. We got our piece. So we're going to wrap this back up and put it away. So we don't have everything in our way. Okay. So we got that. Okay, my dokie. We're going to put our glue. Not too much glue. And we're going to press this on down. Like so. Hold it over here so it's glued down. Okay, now we're going to go back. We're going to put this in this little piece here. Put that in there. And we're going to pull our ephemera box out for this project. So we want a flower here, the bird's nest, and then a flower here. So I have one on this corner and one on that corner. So now we're going to ink them. Okay? And this is backed on, everything's backed on cardstock. All my ephemera. Okay? And the way I do it, I don't print it right on the cardstock. First, I print it on my paper because it's easier for me. Cut it out, and then I glue it onto the cardstock. I know a lot of people's gonna say it's a lot of work, but it works for me. And then we got that. So we're gonna close this up, put this in our little tray here. We're gonna close this, put it to the side, bring this back here, and we're going to one flower there. Okay. One here. And I'm about to take off the clips to make everything a little bit easier for me. So that should be dry enough to take off the clips. Okay? I'm going to put them back where they go. Now this can lay flat, but I want to keep a clip to keep it all flat. Okay, there we go. Then we're going to put this flower over here. And then we're going to put the bird's nest in the middle. Okay? Y'all, I love my little sweet petunia glue press here. It's easy on my hands because I have arthritis and carpal tunnel. I want to try to find a way to do a bottle of glue with my Fabri-Tac. I gotta try to find a way. I gotta get the bottle first and then figure out how I'm gonna get the Fabri-Tac to fit in the glue bottle and make it flow through the tiny little nozzle easy. Okay, so now I'm going to take this, put it underneath the clip, and put it right there in the center. Okay? And that's that. So we turn over to the next page. Oops. And this one's a pocket, okay? So we're going to, I'm not going to put lace on every part of the book, of the journal, so we're going to take a tag here. We need our hole punch, okay? Because we need to poke a hole in here. And then, let's see, where's our tiny lace? We have to use the same lace we used to trim the front of the journal with, and trim a piece big enough to kind of decorate the tag with. Okay. Now we're going to roll that back up and put a little rubber band on it and put it back in its spots. Okay. Well, there we go. Put this to the side, and we're going to take this. Now you can put a grommet on here, but I'm not going to. I might. I want to see how it looks first. I want a grommet. So we're going to pull out our grommets here. Pull out our tool. Now I want a gold grommet. So we can get the gold one. Let's see if that's, whoops, almost lost it, y'all. See if that's big enough. Nope, not big enough. That's the same size, but I wanted a gold one, but that's all right. We're going to use the white. We'll get our tool here, unlock it, and we're going to smush that down. Okie dokie. I'm going to put this to the side. Yo, we're pulling out more and more tools here, but it's necessary. So now I need to get my awl so I can clear that hole. My grommet didn't work right, y'all. So let's try it again. Get the grommet here. Get the tool. I want to take and turn my tag this way. Okay? And this goes right in here. Make sure everything's good and squish it. Why isn't it squishing it the right way? I don't know. Because you see, it's not giving me the hole in the center. I don't know why, but it's not. Let me try this one more time. If it don't work, then we're not going to use a grommet. There we go. We got it. Okay, third time's a charm, y'all. Third time's a charm. And we're going to thread this through. Now, I doubled it over so I can loop it and pull my lace through. Okay. And we're going to ink that. And we're going to round our corners on this tag here. Like so. Now, if I can remember to do that through the whole book, it'll be good. So we got that. We can fit one more item in here. What about a postcard? Okay, let's do that. Let's round them corners. Like so. Ink it up. And put it in there. But I noticed my page on that side is not rounded. So we're going to go in and we're going to round it. So there's nothing going on this side or this side, y'all. Okay? This side or this side. We're going to put something here on the wallpaper. Now, I want a pocket maybe. Or we can put a belly band. And let me see. That. A tag. What else can we do? Maybe the birdhouse, okay? I need some butterflies, y'all. There's no butterflies in here. So we're gonna round our corners. Okay. The bottom of this library card, we're going to round just the bottom corners. There we go. And then our little folder here, I'm not going to make it an envelope. I'm going to leave it as a little folder, even though it's an envelope. And we got all our pieces here. Let's punch our hole in here. Add our grommet. There we go. I did it right the first time, y'all. Now, we want to ink those. And we're going to put a belly band here. So with all the flowers on the belly band. And we're going to get our pencil, aka La Crayon. And we're going to trim there. So we're going to get our paper trimmer. And we're going to trim it. And then we're going to round our corners and we're going to ink everything. Maybe keep this, I don't know. Up to you. Okay. Let's round them corners. And we can get our belly band on. Okay. Let's get our ink here because we're going to need tons of it. Okay. You can't see it on the darker parts because it kind of camouflages with the dark parts on the belly band. But I'm just barely at an angle, barely putting the ink on. Okay. So, I hope y'all are enjoying this. I hope y'all like the techniques that I'm using. Because there's going to be a lot of firsts for me. Because I don't usually ink everything in my journals when I make them. I usually just make them and let them go. Now this one I see is not even. So we're going to have to fix that. Well, you can't fix it too much, but that's alright. Let's go on the inside and put a little ink there. Okie dokie. Let's move this out of our way. And we're going to take our library card, our tag, and our birdhouse and put them all in here. Now, we're going to put our belly band on here. Whoops, upside down. Okay, I'm going to put glue on the top.